Kandi and the Gang, y'all. Okay, so have y'all been watching Kandi and the Gang? It's actually pretty fun. I enjoy watching it. But anyway, um, Kandi and the Gang. So it started off with well, at least that's what I saw. Dominique, she's talking to Kandi. She's whispering in her ear. Well, no. Um, I see Dominique with Brandon child. Brandon wearing her down. He doing his best to wear that girl down. And they're talking and you know, she says that she's going out of town to London. He was like, "Oh, you're going to London for what?" She was like, "Well, I'm dancing for somebody, but I can't say who it is." Then we see Dominique whisper in Candy's ear, and she's still mic'd, and she says that she's not allowed to say who she's dancing for, and we find out that she's dancing for Rick Ross, the boss. And I'm just like, y'all are so shady and whack for that. Bravo, child. Like, child, what if she really couldn't say that? Now Rick Ross ain't gonna hire that girl, or people like, it's like, oh, you're messing up people's bags. Let's see. So we see the family, meaning we see Todd, Kandi, Mama Joyce, Riley, Kayla, and the two youngest babies. Riley. Okay. It was good to see Kayla. I haven't seen Kaylee in a while. I wonder if Riley's still driving a Lexus and Kayla's still driving a Pinto. I just want to know. I would just like to know, but I'm gonna let it go. So anyway, they started to talk about the restaurant and stuff, and somehow or another, Mama Joyce had started to get on Todd a little bit about how Todd wanted. I think they was talking about implementing rules or something, and Mama Joyce was just like, "Well, Todd, why don't you get over there in the kitchen and do something?" And Todd was just like, "Nah, that's just not really my thing. That's not my expertise." Todd don't want to work. He don't want to get in the kitchen. He wants to tell people what to do. He wants to write the checks, but he does not want to do any of the hard work. I don't know if he think he too good. I don't know if he don't want to get embarrassed because he don't know what he's doing. I don't know what it is, but the fact that you as the owner is not willing to get in there and do some of the hard work when needed is very telling to me. Because as much as Kandi has accomplished and who she is and everything, I'm sure if push come to shove, she would try her best. She would get in there and get to work if she absolutely had to. But Todd, it's like, who do you think you are? So in that moment, I did agree with Mama Joyce, and Mama Joyce said to the camera, "That's the reason why I don't like Todd's ass." And I was like, "Oh Lord, here we go." You already know it takes little to nothing for the OLGs to turn on you, bro. And so I was just like, that's interesting, with Todd. But I don't trust Todd anyway. I think the way that Mama Joyce acts is extreme and extra, and her approach is wrong often. But I've never said that I disagree with a lot of Joyce's concerns. But I just think that she has her own mess wrapped up into it, she has her own feelings, and not necessarily for the betterment of her daughter. It's still something to like benefit her in a sense, because Todd cutting into her money that she could possibly begin from her daughter and stuff. And so, it's a lot mixed in. But in general, do I see a lot of what Joyce or what other people may say or think about Todd? Yeah, I do. Anyway, but it doesn't matter. It does, because it's on my channel. Damn it, it does. What am I saying? But yeah. So, It was Don Juan, Philip, Todd, and Kandi. They had a conversation. Philip is just completely over Brian and Torrin, especially Brian. He wants to fire Brian. I'm just like, what exactly did Brian do that was that extreme, Philip? I did not see that. I don't understand. I watched the episode multiple times. What did Brian do that was that he just completely disrespected you so much? What, you just don't like him, and you have this authority now that you could do something about not liking him. You know, that's all it is. Oh my God, could you imagine if this was Philip's restaurant? I feel like he would hire all white people personally. But I do. Could you imagine? And the way that he was talking and saying, you know, oh, I would do this and this needs to happen. And Kandi had to check him like, yo, you need to chill out. Todd, messy ass, he all for it. Oh yeah, just whatever Philip want. He think it's funny. But y'all fucking around with Philip, and Philip gonna have y'all out of the restaurant completely. Cause he ain't gonna stop till he in charge, until he take y'all position. Then that's when y'all gonna see it's a problem. But until then, you know, they're just gonna let Philip be Philip. Like I've said, the way that Philip behaves or the things that Philip is trying to do is needed. I do think he is necessary. He is smart and disciplined and skilled and wants everybody to do their job and wants people to be responsible. All that is great and needed in working, being a boss, especially in a restaurant. However, he lacks empathy. He lacks understanding. And he lacks a true camaraderie. He doesn't know how to be like a captain. He knows how to just tell people what to do, but he don't know how to necessarily lead and make people want to be on his team. Does that make sense? You know? So it's just like, you know, it's just people like that don't understand until they're in time of need, until they need somebody to give them a hug or give them some advice, and not be so hard on them to just, you know, let them vent, or to show compassion and empathy towards them. They're not going to get it until something happens to them, and then that's when everything comes twofold, you know. But you know, a little later on, Philip showed me something that he is or can be, you know, cool. I don't think anybody is bad people. It's just there's different experiences that people have went through that have caused them to act or be a certain way. So yeah. Anyway, and Don Juan, he's flip flopper. You know, he's 1 minute he's shady with everybody else and agreeing with them. Then the next minute, his confessionals, he's saying something different, and stuff. You know, but hey, so basically, they decided to put together a whole relay race team building situation where they was going to be doing different obstacles and working together as a team. It was going to be 2 different teams. It's going to be Team Todd and Team Kandi. Philip was going to be on Team Kandi, and Don Juan was going to be on Team Todd. So I was just like, okay, child, we're going to see. What else happened? Chandrika, she went over to talk to Brian. Brian was making his soul rolls with his homegirl in there. And, you know, I'm going to try some of his rolls. They look good. The crunch, and I love egg rolls. Anyway, so they were in there talking, and Brian is just so funny. He was cracking jokes and saying that, he put Chandrika to work with making some of his egg rolls as soon as she got in there. And he was like, oh, you know, you might want to lean away from the fire because you're weave or whatever. And she was like, child, I'm good. This is human hair. He was like, that don't matter. You done moisturizing enough today. I screamed. Just those little small just conversations. That Brian is just so quick and funny. He's just so, like, cool and relatable, and just, he's dope. Brian is a star. So, anyway, they're sitting down talking, and they start to talk about Philip a little bit, and, you know, we all know how they feel about Philip, child. What else they talk about? Oh, Chandrika told Brian about that Todd and Kandi had a conversation with her last week, saying what she said, about them, and she made more money at the Dollar Tree, and saying that Kandi and Todd don't give a damn about this and that. And at that moment, of course, Patrick, when they had the whole group meeting, Patrick exposed her. But we also found out, well, we saw that Don Juan and Brandon was Chandrika was on speakerphone, and they went back and told some stuff too to Kandi and Todd. So I just couldn't. Chandrika went around to Patrick and Melvin. I wish he just would have talked to Patrick, because Patrick and Melvin being cousins and being men, they gonna stick up for each other. And she went to confront them, and they basically told her to take her messy ass on, and Patrick lied to her face, because Patrick initially was the one that told Kandi about Chandrika. And so she also talked to Brandon about it, and Brandon was acting like he didn't know what the hell she was talking. I'm like, not Chandrika got all y'all shook. Child, bye. I was just like, child. I like Chandrika personally. I think she's a little. I don't think she handles things the best. I think she talked too much sometimes, but I like her. And if I'm sitting there doing everybody else's job and not getting credit for it, I may talk a little shit too. What? Hell. So we get to the team building exercise. I don't think anything else happened. Oh, besides Brandon and Dominique, they officially announced to the world that they are a couple. But it's not gonna work. And next week it's gonna hit the fan, because they're gonna get camera footage of Dominique and Brandon in the pantry together. When they were supposed to go in there and get some cornmeal out, they went in there and just started humping. So, allegedly. So, it's gonna hit the fan, and I'm trying to tell y'all. Fire Brandon. I don't want any of them to be fired. I actually like them all. If you're gonna fire somebody, fire Brandon. I was so floored when they tried to let Brian go just because of his mouth. Brandon don't do nothing. Hell, y'all would be hell, Mama Joyce. If Todd would have to get in the kitchen if the managers that was actually there helped out. Brandon, Philip, instead of being overseers, what do they? Child. Anyway, we get to the relay race. Everybody's throwing shade and talking shit about each other as they walk up. We get to the teams, and it was all cool. I think Brian and Chandrika and Dominique, everybody was on Candy's team pretty much. A lot of the people that we don't know too much about, like the servers or waiters and waitresses and stuff, they were on Team Todd. But it was fun. First they did a tug of war. Candy's team won that, right? No, Todd's team won the tug of war. Candy's team won the thing where you get flat on the floor on your stomach, and you put your hands behind your back and you wobble till you get to whatever, till you get to the finish line, and the person who wins. The Candy team won that. And the final the final game was I forgot what you call it. But anyway, you were blindfolded, and basically you had to listen to the person to basically show you where to step and what to do. They were preparing a plate, and they were gonna take it to the OLGs. So each person had different levels. So first Brian would go to a certain point, and then he had this plate off to Philip, and then Philip go and hand this plate off to whoever. And yeah, so it ended up being a tie. Okay, so the final scene was Brandon, Brian, and Philip. They sat down, had a conversation. Brandon agreed that he's gonna keep Brian. And Philip, he was chill and he didn't say anything slick, and it was nice. If Philip came with the same energy from the beginning, it wouldn't be an issue. I don't think. It wouldn't be an issue. Brandon needs a little bit more Philip. And Philip needs a little bit more, just lighten up. I wouldn't say Brandon, because I'm just still trying to figure out what the hell does Brandon do. I still don't understand how you get mad at me for sitting at the bar, but you're doing the same thing. Just because you're the manager, you're not still at work. You eating, you on your phone. When we really need you for something, you ain't there. You calling other people to come. You let your girlfriend come in 3-4 hours late and it's cool. Come on. 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 With that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google+. Follow me at @IsKingsRaw on Instagram and Twitter, at @IsKingsRaw89 on Snapchat, Chase King on Facebook, MrChalaki on Cash App and PayPal, and as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.